Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the PipeBomb podcast. I'm Nick, and today we have a whole bunch of wrestling topics to talk about leading up to the Payback pay-per-view this Sunday. But I'm not alone. I have a couple friends and a very special guest joining us tonight as well. But first, come on out, guys.
Hey, guys, I'm here. We have a good show for you guys today. And thanks for all the love for last... was it last? Yeah, it was last week. Last week's show. We got a lot of loving for it. And I think it's... Thank you, Lana, because we put a lot on.
Yeah, I got a lot of likes on that photo, actually. I put it on Instagram, and just a whole bunch of random people were loving Lana.
I think it's because of Lana. I really do. A lot of people were like, oh, it was such a good show. I like that show. People are asking who we are on Twitter. And I was like, thank you, Lana. Oh.
Hey guys, it's Gigi. I saw we did get like a lot of press going towards us with that last episode because Lana was looking fucking slaying in that photo.
Yes.
What a good photo to choose, James.
I know, right? I was like looking through. I was like, we got to get a picture where how we envision Lana in the future. And I loved that picture of her when she was on the red carpet. That was for a movie premiere. I can't remember which one it was.
It was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago. It was like in the wintertime. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she was slaying. And speaking of slaying, we have our first ever listener joining us today. Come on out, Brandy.
Hello, my name is Brandy, and yes, I'm just a regular subscriber who's now chatting with them.
I'm so happy to have you on. I think all of us are too, because we all kind of started out in a way like this, and I'm just happy to have a listener come on and just talk wrestling. And you've been a fan your whole life too, so that just makes it so much better.
I have, and I'm a blogger about it too, so it's really fun to find people who want to talk wrestling that don't just want to flame my articles all the time.
How about you tell people where they can find your blog?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I have a personal blog, and it's Miss Wrestle Blog on Blogspot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on Twitter also as Miss Wrestle Blog, and then I have a few articles bumping around on eWrestlingNews.com. The one that everyone seems to be reading about is one I wrote called The Reinvention of Eva Marie.
Ooh.
And that one's, yeah, that one has got some traffic going on with it, so.
Ooh, there you go, girl.
How about you give us a little preview of what you would like to... what would you like to happen with Eva Marie?
Okay, well, the Eva Marie subject is something that I talk about a lot because she is such a high-profile person.
Right.
We've all seen the videos coming out with her and Brian Kendrick and everything like that. And it is great. I am definitely someone who wants to give her credit for the fact that she is training, and she did go to Triple H and Vince and ask for that time with Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, she is working with a man. Eva Marie, I think, is around 5'7", 5'8", 135 pounds. The majority of the Divas roster isn't that. So I would personally like to see her go from this time with Bryan to immediately working down in the Performance Center with Sarah Del Rey to really figure out how to incorporate those new moves into a moveset that'll work with women. And she should, for me, I really think that throughout the course of her career, she's going to have to come up. Wrestling fans now, with the internet, we see everything. We see what's happening in New Japan. We see what's happening in Ring of Honor and all over the independents. So it's really hard to use that whole book them to the top mentality with the women anymore. You have to have a established profile of good matches. So I think from Sarah Del Rey, she should start working with some of the newer girls who got coming in, like Jasmine, Casey Cassidy, or that school of women to come up. She could work with Carmella and Alexa, but they're still a little further up the card than where she should start out. But I feel like she should start down there. And then my dream feud for her comeback would be a really high-profile storytelling feud with Summer Rae. I think that they would be great together.
Like, they really would.
Yeah, well, they have all that previous heat from Total Divas, and then in that podcast. Podcast not too long ago.
It's so hard to choose a babyface between the two of them.
Yeah,
because Summer's a good bitch, so I don't know if I would make her a face in that one.
I think Eva would have to as babyface in that.
You think Eva should be the babyface?
Yeah, because it's been Summer that's thrown the most shade at her. Summer was the one that wouldn't tag her in the matches, and then just with that interview with her and The Miz, on that podcast, she's the one who brought up the whole Instagram thing.
I was just listening to that today too.
Yeah.
The thing is, with Eva Marie and Summer, you know what? They don't have to be baby faces. They could both be who they are and just have the damn feud. Like, two bad girls can't hate each other. I always go back to that. And it's like, one doesn't have to be better than the other one. The other one doesn't have to be a saint. Like, just have them go at it. Like, just throw 3 firecrackers in a dumpster and let it go. So, not calling them trash, because I love Summer and Eva. But, you know, I just want the sparks to go. I think that would be a cool feud.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see that. So, Brandy, what are some of your like other favorite divas currently on the main roster, and some of the girls that you don't like? Is there any girls that you specifically just can't stand watching, or do you kind of give all of the divas credit where they deserve it?
I try to always give them credit where they deserve it, but it is painful for me to watch Brie Bella do anything. And Brianna Danielson is I love her as a person. I love that her and Daniel Bryan are advocates for, you know, environmental issues and animals and everything. That's amazing. But she can't speak on the mic. These awkward claw things she does with her hands in the ring. It's painful for me to watch her at any time. As far as the women on the main roster go, I of course love Paige. Everyone loves Paige. I've been following her since she was Brittany Knight down in Shimmer. But I'm a little with her because of how much they have been pushing her lately. Natalya is definitely someone that I really respect and love, and I hate that we don't get the matches out of her that she worked down in places like Shimmer and on NXT.
Mm-hmm.
And Naomi I've been like on that Naomi train for a long time, so I'm really excited to see her finally get a push with that. And it's nice of them to give Tamina finally something to do.
Yes,
that's been something they've been talking about on Twitter lately. Is wow, Tamina's finally gotten to speak on television.
I know, Tamina finally made her statement after all these years. And that's a great little segue. Let's go right into that. So this past Monday night on Raw, Tamina and Naomi, they kind of made their statement known. Tamina had a matchup with Brie Bella and just like brutally super kicked her in the end for the finish. So it was great. It was great to see Tamina back in action. She like Booker T on commentary, I liked his comment. He was like, she put on at least 8 to 10 pounds of pure muscle. Like, she looked so big, but it was like in a good wrestling like fit way, if that makes any sense. So anyway, I wanted to get your guys' opinions on that. So we'll start with Gigi though, because I haven't really heard too much of your thoughts on this whole Naomi push and Tamina being paired with her. So what do you think of that?
When I saw it, because I haven't been watching Raw live lately, it's like let's catch up on Tuesday on the YouTube channel. But when I seen it, she looks amazing. I didn't like the braids at first, but now the braids are gone, so I think she looks great. I love that they put her with Tamina, and she's like, oh, it's a family thing, because technically they are family from her marriage with the Usos. So I'm happy to see her finally get the chance in the spot, and I need Nikki to drop the title to her, because Nikki has had a very stale run. It's not her fault, but Naomi, she's hot right now. She's like a very hot heel. She has the backup. It's going to be very convincing for her to be Divas champion, so I'd like to see that happen.
Yeah, definitely. And James, what do you think of that?
You know me, I love Tamina. I'm so happy that she had a singles match on Raw. And I gotta give Brie her credit. She sold the shit out of that super kick. I thought Brie did a good job in that match. I also like the strength, like you said, with Booker T mentioning it. And I also liked when she demonstrated her strength and power when Brie came for that knee when she was on the bottom rope. The way that she blocked it, I really liked that. It was different. I hated her hair. God, it was awful.
Oh, I know. The hair is a mess. That girl can never get her hair right. I don't know what it is.
She needs to go back to either the ponytail or the big curly hair. I like that. But other than that, the match was awesome. Naomi was a great heel manager. I love how she kind of reminds me of Harley Quinn, how she hops around. Like, she's that kind of heel, like, always goofing off and stuff like that. I kind of like that because when Tamina got the win and Naomi was, like, hopping up and down, I thought she looked cute, and she did look like a fucking bitch. The way that she was just laughing at the Bella twins. But overall, I love them together. I want Naomi to win the belt. But I don't want her to win it off Nikki Bella. I don't know. It's weird. I feel like Paige is gonna come in and take that belt from Nikki. I really do. I don't think it's gonna be Naomi.
Really though?
Huh?
Really though? Like, I just feel like Nikki's.
I know it's like, so dry. It's
been so dry, right? And I just feel like Paige. I love me some Paige, but just her coming back and just getting the title back again, you know, I feel like Naomi, she's really grown into her own, especially with this character, and they're really pushing Tamina with her now. I just feel like Nick, all the cards lining up for her.
I don't want Pete. I want them to throw us a curveball and have Tamina take the belt off of freaking Nikki. You know what I mean? Like, I really want Tamina to get a title run. I really do. And Naomi she's still got that time for it. I don't know. I'm just not ready for Naomi to be a champ yet. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't see it happening for her. So if it happens, I'll be happy for her because she deserves it. Hell yeah, she deserves it. But I don't really like this feud, how it's going. I like the heel churn. I loved it. But I don't like where the storyline's going. I feel like they're not giving them much. They're still not giving them enough.
They're really not. And before we move on and ask Brandy about her opinions, I just wanted to ask you, James, have you noticed Tamina and all of these little promos that Naomi have been doing? She keeps giving her like these really bad side glares when she talks about her becoming Divas champion.
That's what sparked my little interest.
Mm-hmm.
Was
the
looks that Tamina gives Naomi, because like I feel like this is a role Tamina's already done with AJ. I don't think they're gonna do it again. That's why I think they're gonna throw us the curveball, and Tamina's gonna walk out with the title, if anything, and then have her feud with Paige. I really like, as much as we all can't stand it, or no, have her feud with Naomi first. That's what I really, really want. A Naomi and Tamina feud, because those two together are magic. So that's just what I want. Just get the Bellas out of the picture.
Yeah, really. Brandy, so what do you think of this whole feud going forward? The pairing of Naomi and Tamina. You said a little bit earlier that you've always been on the Naomi train, but what do you think of the Bellas? Like their random face turn, and Nikki's kind of stale Divas title reign so far.
Well, with the Bellas face turn on television, it's been so lackluster. Like, actually, they've regulated everything to do with the Bellas slowly becoming more face to the app. So if you don't actually watch the stuff on the app, you don't know what's going on. Like, I find it interesting. On the app, Nikki Bella, she's been a heel this whole time, and she is on the app and she's talking about Naomi, and they're sympathizing with the fact that they understand why she's angry and everything, but they went down that road, and don't let it make you evil. And I'm thinking, but aren't you the one who spray painted Paige? But that's what you have to go to, I guess, to see any kind of background with the Divas anymore, is the app. And so it's kind of a lackluster feud for me with Naomi and Nikki, because Nikki is stale, and it's the same thing over and over again. And then I was worried with Tamina, because I'm like, how is she going to... I mean, she's just right back in the same position. And then if Naomi wins the title, it's just going to be the same thing, someone with a backer. So I would actually like to see the swerve from Tamina to actually get the title, and Tamina take on a more dominant role, kind of like how like Awesome Kong had a more dominant role, and Beth Phoenix had a more dominant female role. I'm sick of them having to rely on each other so much to get anything done in the division.
Yeah, definitely agree on all of that.
And then again, it could be like storyline progression. Like, it could grow this story. It could go somewhere, because Tamina can be like, I put the Bellas away. You couldn't get it done. I got the job done. And then Naomi can just smack the shit out of her and keep on going with her heel churn, and get the belt off Tamina. And then when Paige gets back into the picture, she could go and feud with Naomi. That's just the way I would like it.
What I really wanted to see was, I thought that there was going to be a Divas Championship match this Sunday at Payback. I thought what I was hoping to see was Naomi win the Divas title, Tamina take Brie out on the outside, so end up helping her win the Divas Championship. And as soon as Naomi's just raising the title, celebrating, Tamina just turns around and just super kicks the shit out of her. And then that would be a good their feud. And just kind of going what you said, James, kind of being like, I put the Bellas away, like, you didn't do shit, like, this is my Divas title and I'm coming for it now, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Is there a Divas match for Payback?
No, I was going to ask you, do you guys think there will be any sort of match added to the Payback card? Because as of now, there hasn't been anything announced.
Well, we still got SmackDown tonight. Wait, SmackDown already recorded. Right, it's Wednesday.
Yeah, I didn't actually look at the spoilers.
Me either. I don't look. Maybe.
I've been trying to stay away from it, especially with NXT. I really want to get away from that.
Yeah. I like the surprise. It's like, why are we rushing life?
I know. But what do you guys think? Do you think we'll see any Divas at Payback? Because by the looks of it, there's only about 6 matches on the card. So
yeah, I'm sure there'll be a match. Not going to drop the ball completely, but I'm sure it's going to be like I think it's going to be a one-on-one between Naomi and Nikki, not like Naomi and Tamina versus the Bella Twins. I think they might actually do a one-on-one for this.
For the title?
Yeah.
Oh. Who do you think will win that? Probably Nikki. I don't know. I feel like
I think they'll have Nikki win and just have like Naomi be like, really, bitch, like we give you, and like Tamina just be like, really, bitch, is this what you want to do? Like you're gonna actually lose when you have the chance, and then maybe something happens between these two, because I feel like it's just like they don't. I don't know what they want to do with Nikki, but I see her winning it. I don't know why.
How about they have Nikki win, and then Naomi comes in, super kicks Nikki, and then tells Naomi that's how you get it done, and blah blah blah. Then they could spark something that way, and then get it in like a 3-way. You know what I mean, or something. I just want Tamina in that title picture. Like anyway,
with the reports coming up about Paige returning around June, that's when the Money in the Bank pay-per-view was coming up, and I guess Tom was talking about earlier about how the reports was a triple threat with Naomi, Nikki, and Paige. So I mean, this kind of alliance with Naomi and Tamina, I like it, but I feel like it's going to be temporary. I don't think it's going to be a long-term thing.
Me either. No way. There's no way. Like, that's just recycling. Like, honestly. Tamina back
I get it, because Tamina's great in that role, but at the same time, you need to evolve your character.
Exactly. And I'm pushing for Tamina. Like, I like the storyline for now, but I'm looking at Tamina in the long run. Because I'm a fan of hers. I know she doesn't have many, but I'm one of them.
I like her too. I always like Tammy.
I love her. I like her.
Brandy, what do you think? What do you think of Tamina? What do you think of going forward with her character? Like, do you see her staying with Naomi for a little bit, or do you feel like it's her time to finally kind of get in the Divas title picture?
I would love for it to finally be her time, because she's earned that spot, and she would have had that spot by now, I think, if she hadn't have gotten injured and been out so long. I'm of the mindset that I think that if they do announce a Divas Championship match for the pay-per-view, that Naomi will win, and that's when Paige would make her return, and that would set up a triple threat between Naomi, Paige, and Nikki Bella for the next pay-per-view.
But there's been reports that Paige is not done filming. She's not done filming her movie until June. So
yeah, but there's if you notice on her and Emma's Instagram, they've been releasing photos of them like actually at WWE.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Recording and live events. So
yeah, maybe they're trying to throw us a curveball, feeding this into the dirt sheet so they can come and surprise people. So she could just show up. Oh my god! But yo, they're just driving. Paige cannot win that belt again. I'm sorry. I love the girl, but she's had that belt too many fucking times in her short little career already. Like in WWE, it's just too much.
Well, she was a 2-time Divas champion in her first year on the main roster, so I agree with you. She needs to kind of settle her tea kettle on that bit. But I had an idea for bringing her back at this Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, which was just announced this past Monday night on Raw. Apparently it was like scrapped for a live event that was going on that weekend, and it's going to be May 31st, I believe, and it's going to be exclusively on the network, as far as I've heard. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Everything that's been said about it, though, all these championship matches will be taking place in the Elimination Chamber, except for the Divas. So the Divas are getting slack once again. But I was thinking this would be a good opportunity to have, say if Naomi wins the belt, her and Tamina could come out and cut this big promo about how they're running the Divas division. They took the Bellas out, and then Paige can kind of return at the Elimination Chamber. But what do you guys think of that, going forward just with this whole Elimination Chamber announcement?
I think it's pretty cool that they're actually going to bring it back, because I like the Elimination Chamber. I just didn't like that it was right before WrestleMania, and it's like this really hardcore, crazy match that you're going to put your top wrestlers in before the biggest pay-per-view of the year, which seemed kind of stupid. I'm happy they kind of moved it around. And with it being on the network, really going to see how many people are going to actually see if the number goes up and if it's actually that popular as they say it is. And I can see them doing, if Paige does come back by then, I can see a 4-way happening between Nikki, Naomi, Tamina, and Paige, but I would really like to see just a triple threat or something. And it sucks that it's not actually in the chamber, but at the same time, it's how many chicks can we throw in there for it to work out?
I feel like this roster, though, we have a lot of good talent that could pull out the first ever Divas Elimination Chamber. I was talking about it on Twitter the other day. Like, we have Naomi, Nikki, Tamina, Paige, Natalia. And we could even bring up Charlotte, you know what I mean? Like, it would just be... like, Vince McMahon was bitching and moaning because everybody was going up his ass on Twitter about not giving the Divas a chance. He's like, wait and watch, we're listening to you. Well, this is a perfect opportunity, and I don't understand why they haven't capitalized on it yet. So I'm just a little frustrated that we're not going to get anything, especially Elimination Chamber, because I feel like I'd love to see the Divas in Elimination Chamber.
I don't think we'll ever see the Divas in the Elimination Chamber. Vince is not here for it. He hates UFC. He thinks women shouldn't be fighting in the octagon. So I don't think he'll ever put Divas in the Elimination Chamber because he feels like it'll diminish the male superstars from being in such a destructive cage type of match like that. So I don't think they'll ever put the Divas in a cage match again or an Elimination Chamber. I don't see it happening, especially in the PG era.
That's a damn shame.
Yeah, it just is what it is. So I'll be happy with a Fatal 4-Way. Or even a one-on-one match. If Naomi gets the belt, there'll probably be Nikki Bella's rematch.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And then they could have Paige return then as well, just after the match, or a run-in or something.
Set something up for the next pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that the Elimination Chamber is back. I really am. And I remember Steph was it? No, I don't know who it was. It was either Stephanie or Triple H. They were saying the reason why they haven't been bringing it is because a lot of the arenas have that new, the state-of-the-art screens that they have over the ring now. They have it like in every arena, so they can't technically fit the Elimination Chamber up there. So
I think it was Steph that said that.
Yeah, I think it was her. I think she said on Jericho's podcast, was it?
Ooh.
I don't know. It was somebody's shit.
Or something.
I don't know. I listen to so many goddamn podcasts. I don't know who.
Oh, I know. Me too. Good grief. Brandy, what do you think of the Elimination Chamber coming back?
I love it because it's been used in the past to set up for who's going to be. I mean, in the past it was used to set up who was going to go for the big gold belt, the World Heavyweight Championship, because of course Royal Rumble went for the WWE. And I think what they're using this time is that they're pushing the chamber to decide who's going to be the new IC champ, since Daniel Bryan is stripped of the title again, or vacated the title.
He relinquished the IC championship this past Monday Night on Raw, which was really sad, but I mean, it was the smartest decision that they made. And moving forward with him, I mean, he's on Tough Enough as a judge, and I read a couple things of them keeping him in non-wrestling roles for a little bit, so I mean, he'll be okay.
I think he's hanging up his boots soon.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Like full time?
Yeah. I think he's reached this point. You know, it happened to Edge. It happened to Corey Graves. Well, Edge had the same neck problem. Corey Graves had concussions. But yeah, it's not gonna happen. I think they're gonna keep him in this role. Him and Brie are still gonna be on Total Divas. They're gonna go have their baby. It is what it is.
It's sad.
It's sad. That's all it is. It's sad.
Well, he didn't really say, though, that he was retiring.
I think that's the point. You know, there's a lot for him to deal with. I feel like if he wasn't, he was going to say that he's going to go, he's going to recover, and he's going to come back, give the fans something to look forward to. But he left us on a cliffhanger because he's not coming back.
Oh, that's sad, because I love me some Daniel Bryan.
I love him too. I love the guy. Like, this is a guy that the fans got behind, got him his shot, got him a main event at WrestleMania, and then boom, look what happens. You know? All that hard work to get him to become a top guy. And I don't know, it's just sad.
It is sad.
Yeah, but it's good that he can always still say I main events at WrestleMania and was like the unified WWE champion. But it just sucked that he can't do it anymore. But I wasn't too sad about it because I'm like, I wasn't the biggest Daniel Bryan fan, but he was a really good entertainer. Now that we lost that, it's going to be like a spot to fill. It's not going to be like, oh, Daniel's gone, we have someone who can replace him. But NXT guy might come up to fix that if John Cena doesn't have a match with him and hurts his arm. But shit.
I feel like Sami Zayn's going to come in and fill in that void.
Yeah, Sami Zayn or... Well, I mean, Finn Balor's a different kind of...
Yeah, he's a different kind of entity.
He's a different kind of beautiful.
Fans like the common fan, not the common fans, the hardcore fans, they love Sami Zayn.
Oh, yeah,
and
absolutely.
They're the same people that love Daniel Bryan, Kenta, I keep calling him Kenta, Hideo Itami, you know, all these indie guys. So, They still, they gotta thank Triple H for having all these loaded fucking guns backstage, just ready to be shot.
Really though?
Yeah, because Kevin Owens, when Kevin Owens debuts on the main roster, shit is gonna hit the fan.
I cannot wait. I hope
I'm telling you.
like WrestleMania 32, maybe WrestleMania 33, Brock Lesnar versus Kevin Owens. Like
that would just be a fucking massacre.
It'd be amazing. But we're a little far ahead of that. We have Payback coming up this Sunday. I just wanted to get our predictions out of the way. This pay-per-view, I don't know. It's kind of like a filler pay-per-view. I'm excited for the main event. Main event's interesting. But other than that, I'm not looking forward to it too much. On the pre-show, we're getting Macho Mandow and Curtis Axel versus The Ascension. So I'll start with Brandy. Who do you think is going to win this matchup?
Just for an addendum, you guys were talking about Sami Zayn, and I don't know that I've mentioned, I'm a rabid Sami Zayn fan.
Oh, are you?
I am. I'm like El Generico, huge fan. But as far as the pre-show match with Damien Sandow, and that match is it's disappointing to me because Damien Sandow is such an amazing wrestler. Age 16 training since then with Killer Kowalski, which is the man that trained Triple H. So you figured he would get a little more love from his wrestling brethren, but no, it's sad. He just came off this big push with what happened with The Miz, and they just put him right back into the gimmick that he was doing before. And then with the Ascension, they were so interesting down in NXT, and they worked so well as a cohesive unit together. Their moves were fantastic, and then they brought them up to the main roster, and they did nothing with them. They had them job out to all of the tag teams of the past, effectively stalling and killing the tag title scene now. So, I'm sure it'll be a decent match, but it's not going to be anything to write home about.
See, the thing is, like, my opinion on Damien Sandow, I love him. I feel like he's such an entertaining, charismatic character wrestler that they have there. But I've heard a lot of interviews with him. He's okay. He says as long as he gets on TV and he's entertaining in some way, that's his passion. That's what he's looking for.
Nick, that's just him being politically correct. Like, he's not going to say anything. He's not going to talk bad about them. He's just that type of guy, and I've noticed that because I read that too, what he said. He's like, he made the fans like a stunt devil or something like that. No, the fans like you. Like, stop it. It's not the gimmick. The fans like you. We all get behind you because we see the hard work that you put in. WWE doesn't realize that. Like, this is the guy who's so freaking over at WrestleMania. He almost won that Battle Royal. He's the one that should have been next to feud with Bray Wyatt. After we finished that last show, I kept thinking about it. I was like, oh, he's the obvious choice. They're gonna bring a stale ass Ryback who they keep trying to give a chance and it's just not gonna fucking work because he's garbage. And like Sam, like it would have worked perfect with Damien, with him and you have somebody who's dark, somebody who's lighthearted. You could have Bray Wyatt prey on him, make Bray Wyatt come out and beat him up, give that sympathy for fucking for Damien Sandow. He's never faced anybody like this. Blah 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 blah. Like, build this guy up, give him a fucking chance. But no, they're gonna go and put him back into that fucking gimmick, coming out dressed up like a legend with Curtis Axel, who also trains with Triple H and is good friends with Triple H. But they just don't give a fuck. They keep putting them in on all these stupid ass matches with another team that Triple H should be fucking heated. I'm sorry. All his hard work is just down in the dumps over there, especially on the main roster.
It's because Vince McMahon still has final say about everything.
Yeah, and it's freaking annoying. It's annoying, and like I don't give two shits about this fucking match, and I'm gonna miss it. That's gonna be my smoke break.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Okay, Gigi, did I ask you about this match? Do you care?
My prediction is that I'm not going to watch this match, and I'm going to come in late, and then Renee's going to talk about how well they did, and I'm not going to go back on the YouTube page to go watch it. And I felt so bad because I was, like, on the Instagram during, like, Raw was on. I saw a picture of, like, Damien as, like, Macho Man. I'm like, oh, fuck, god damn it.
Yeah,
like, he was doing so good. I thought they were actually going to do more of him and Miz, or make him have something going on with Summer, and then I see this, I'm like, see, this is why I don't watch live anymore, and you just watch a little 3-minute clip on YouTube to catch up. Like, Lord Jesus.
Yeah, it's a mess. I'm hoping when Miz comes back, they kind of just pick up that storyline where they left off and have Summer aligned with him and kind of go after Sandow, whatever the fuck his name is.
You know what
Because I
they're
feel
gonna.
like I listened to that podcast that Miz and Summer Rae did with Sam Roberts, and he was talking about it. He's like, I did everything possible. If the fans don't care about him and turn on him, that's their problem, yada yada. So like, I feel like him coming back and being like, I told you would be left in this position. And this is exactly where you are, and Summer could be back in with it involved as well, because, I don't know, I want Summer Rae to be involved in something. But anyway, moving forward, King Barrett versus Neville. I'm excited that this match, this was the pre-show match of the last pay-per-view, but they're actually getting on the main card now. So, James, what do you think about this one?
I think it's going to be a good match, and kudos to Neville for having a great match on Raw with Cena, because I know it's hard, but it was a great match. Like, Neville was just over the top. He needs to be working with people. Like I'm glad that he had a match with Cena. That's like the biggest guy, the top guy, the first top guy he's faced. And
well, that's not true. He faced Seth Rollins.
Oh yeah, that is true.
That was a great match.
But you know what I mean, like the face of the company. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God, he was facing Cena, and he had a great match. He had an awesome chance. He kicked out of the attitude adjustment. I was gonna say F you.
I know, I always get that mixed up.
Yeah, well, that shows how much of a fan I am of freaking Cena's. But I'm excited for it, and I think Neville's gonna win.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really do.
Brandy, who do you think is going to take this one?
I think we'll see Neville go over, because I feel like they're doing with him similar to what we started seeing with Daniel Bryan. Neville is there, since Daniel Bryan's going to be out of the picture, Neville is their underdog, really.
Mm-hmm.
He can work with anyone. He's a phenomenal athlete. He could wrestle like a broom in the ring and look amazing. And he's getting that rub. He's getting to work with some of the higher up guys. And so it's a way to keep King Barrett kind of still relevant, as well as have just another really good high-profile match, because those two men and their wrestling repertoire that they have, there's moves that bounce off each other. Like the last match when Barrett pulls the bullhammer out of nowhere and hits him with it. I mean, there's a lot of really cool spots that they can do to use this as a match that really helps in their career and propelling them higher up the card. So I think that's the logic between having those two continue their feud.
Right.
Okay. Gigi, who do you think is going to go with this one?
I think it's going to be Barrett, just because it'll give him more heat, just for being like, oh, you beat like this guy that we love. And I can see it being a really competitive match, so it won't be like a squash or anything. Mm-hmm. And then Barrett, he's like the guy like freshman year in high school that wasn't really that cute. Then fucking senior year comes around, he's like hot as fuck. I was like, what happened? Like, you're so fucking attractive. Like, I was looking back at NXT photos, like, he wasn't shit, and now he's, like, the shit. Like, oh, Lord. I want King Barrett to win. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm going with King Barrett, too. I just feel like I love Neville. He's one of my favorite superstars that they finally brought up. I'm so happy that he's on the main roster now and that he's not floating around, He's not a floater. So I'm hoping that this match is going to be really competitive, but Neville beat him at the pre-show at the last pay-per-views, and I feel like once Wade Barrett became King of the Ring, they're giving him this big push, and I feel like this is going to be kind of a long-term feud between these guys a little bit. So I feel like King Barrett's going to pick up the win. And when Brandy was talking about the unique spots these guys can do, I don't know if it's possible, but I would love for Neville to go for the red arrow and like Wade Barrett to get up halfway and just like bullhammer him at midair. I just feel like that would be amazing. So yeah, I'm going to go with King Barrett on that one. But yeah, another match. This one I'm kind of looking forward to, actually. It's for the Tag Team Championships. Cesaro and Kidd, they're cashing in their rematch clause against the New Day in a 2 out of 3 falls match. So, Brandy, what do you think of... You said earlier the tag division's kind of a little lackluster, but what do you think of the New Day as the Tag Team Champions now, and then Cesaro and Kidd as a tag team with Natalya as their manager?
I am a huge Cesaro fan. I've always enjoyed him, and Natalya and Tyson Kidd as well. New Day, even though their gimmick is kind of cheesy, they've taken it so much and they just own it. And I've really been appreciative of that. And the matches that they've put on, like at Extreme Rules, I had a hard time deciding which match stole the show for me. And I think I have to side with that on the tag team match being the one that stole the show for me. I think this is a really good feud for these guys to work. I would like to see them let Natalya get more involved as far as, giving a slap or a sharpshooter to someone on the outside. I would like to see Cesaro and them go over, but I think that New Day is going to retain because this feud has some legs to it. People are getting behind it. People are really behind Cesaro and Kid as a tag team, and so I think we'll see that play out over a couple of more pay-per-views.
Yeah, definitely. I actually love how Cesaro and Kid have just kind of turned babyface all of a sudden, just by their moveset, and the fans have just been taken to them. James, what do you think? What do you think of this match going forward? 2 out of 3 falls, too. I like the stipulation they've added to it.
That's definitely Cesaro's match.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I love like the chemistry between Cesaro and Kid, and I think the fans respect them as wrestlers. That's why they're all like so much behind them. But with New Day, like they turned apples into grapes, bitch. Like I don't know how the hell they got that gimmick over, and it was just that. And the sucks at the end. That's what really took them over. So that just shows you in wrestling, you throw everything at the wall, something will stick. And that's what stuck with them. And I honestly didn't think this gimmick was going to get them anywhere. And I was wrong. Because they threw something out there and it stuck and it hit. Like, I fucking love Xavier Woods. I think he's hilarious in this role.
Oh, me too. I remember, think he's hilarious outside as a manager.
Yeah, he's the best. And my pet peeve is when the announcers mix them up and call him Kofi and call Kofi.
Oh,
Michael Cole is
that
so
wrong all the time.
Yeah, he's so stupid. That shit irks me. And I'm like, why can't Vince just chew him out? But then I'm thinking, Vince probably can't even tell them apart either. But anyways, I love that character. And you know what? I hope, as much as I love Cesaro and Kid, I really hope New Day retains because I would love to see them feud with the Usos when the Usos finally get back at it. So I hope the New Day keeps the belt for a while until the Usos are back on the road killing it. I know one of them is. I think Jay is on the road. Which one's injured? No, Jay is injured.
Yeah, I think Jimmy's
still.
Wait, I don't know which one.
He's working dark matches because I seen him. He was in a dark match with I forget who it was. With the Money Crew. What's their name? Darren Young and
Primetime Players.
Yeah, the Primetime Players. He was in a match with them. But yeah, I'm going for New Day.
Okay, right on. Gigi, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with New Day just so we can progress the storyline. I don't think anything's gonna happen that's gonna be like, oh, we gotta watch Raw tomorrow to see what's gonna happen between these 4 or 8 or whoever, how many people are going on there. But yeah, I think it's gonna be just it's gonna be a good match, but it's not gonna be anything like, oh my god, storyline progression, yay.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be. It potentially could steal the show once again, like they did at the other show. But yeah, I don't feel like there's going to be some crazy twist in this storyline going forward, like Natalya turning on them and joining the New Day or anything. So, yeah.
Oh, that'd be hilarious, though.
Oh my god, I would.
She can dress like a church person. And,
how about we get
come out playing a piano or something?
I would love for Alicia Fox to join New Day.
Alicia Fox needs to do something.
Give the girl something. But
I want to see it with the Primetime Players.
You want to see her with Primetime Players? I want Cameron with Primetime Players.
I want Cameron with Primetime Players.
I think Fox would be good with New Day because she's quirky and spunky with them. She could be come on, be positive, and everybody booing her. You know what I mean? I could see that happening. But I don't know. Now I'm so behind New Day. It's not even funny. The way that they turned it around on me, I was just wow. Because Xavier Woods is hilarious. I love that kid.
Hopefully we can maybe see
so bad it became good.
Maybe we can see Fox join the New Day at some point. I mean, it would be great to see another diva just be added into a stable. So, she is crazy anyway, so she can just be really hyped up when she.
It will be the first all-black stable with a black diva. It would just be. It would be a first. It would be different. I really would like it. I really would like it.
I think it would give Vince heart complications. It'd be great.
And they could feud. They could continue their feud with Cesaro, and Fox can work Natty because her and Natty are awesome.
Fox and Natty have phenomenal matches.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Come on, give Foxy something or do something with Foxy. Let's get her cracked.
Hashtag give Fox a chance. Come on,
for real. Today I was asking Nick. I was in the group chat. I was like, "Where the fuck is Foxy?" Is she on? I think she was on a vacation or something. She was away.
She's been doing a lot of Total Diva stuff I've seen on her Instagram. She's always tagging E online and being hashtag Diva Duty. And it's girl, get your weave fixed and get back in the ring. But anyway, let's go back to the Payback predictions. Dolph Ziggler versus Sheamus is another matchup. No kiss my ass match, just a regular match. But I'm hoping we get a Dolph booty at the end of this.
I think Dolph is gonna shove his face into his ass this Sunday. I'm going for Ziggler. I think it's gonna be a great match. I'm loving Sheamus in this role. Are you entertained? I love it. And Ziggler. I love how Ziggler's so vulnerable. I remember when Ziggler was a heel. He was the shit, and then I'm like this. Yo, he's a good baby face too. He could do both. Like I always say, if you want to be successful, you got to be able to do both. And Ziggler can do both. But I'm going for Sheamus, surprisingly. Yep. I think Sheamus is going to win, as much as I want to see Dolph Ziggler shove his ass in Sheamus' face. But I think they're going to give it to Sheamus, because they're going to keep pushing Sheamus and keep that sympathy pouring in for Dolph Ziggler. Because it's working for him. It really is.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. I'm going with Sheamus on my prediction as well, too. Love Dolph Ziggler, but he won at the last pay-per-view as well. So I feel like if it's going to be squashed, well, not squashed, but 2 wins over 2 pay-per-views, I feel like Sheamus needs to win this, and they'll move forward, and both of them will be in some sort of Elimination Chamber match with the other one. So anyway, Brandy, who do you think?
I think Sheamus will go over. Sheamus needs to progress higher on the card, because the WWE is sorely lacking anything heel related, because it's pretty much the Authority, Seth Rollins, and then a couple of people down there. So I think they're going to give Sheamus that push, and he's going to go a little higher up and start feuding with a higher level babyface. For Dolph Ziggler, though, that kind of leaves him floating in. So I would actually like to see Bray Wyatt move on from Ryback to Dolph Ziggler, because that's a high profile heel and high profile babyface coming together, and the mic work between those guys would be amazing.
Yeah, they would have a great feud. Definitely agree on that. Gigi, Dolph's your boo. Are you sticking with him no matter what? Or are you thinking Sheamus?
Of course, he could face 55 John Cena's, and I would still think he has like some chance of winning. I like Randy's idea of him going against Bray Wyatt though, but yeah, I think he has to win just because. With the fangirl answer, he's cuter, and his tights are cuter than Sheamus's, and Sheamus looks like his Immortals character, and it fucking irks my soul. So,
oh my god, he does. He does.
That's probably where he got his inspiration from.
Can I say that Sheamus can fill a pair of jeans? Like, oh my god. He looks so good.
When I've seen him at the live event when he was walking out of his car, he doesn't look that bad.
No, he could wear a pair of jeans, I tell you.
Oh yeah, he was wearing this really tight black shirt too, and I was like, ooh, Sheamus. I like my gingers, but ooh. But anyway, moving forward, Bray Wyatt versus Ryback. Everybody loves Bray Wyatt, but like this Ryback feud, no, I haven't heard one positive thing about it. So, who do you think is going to go win this one, Gigi?
This is my first time even hearing of this, so knowing these two are feuding sounds really weird, but I'm going to go with Bray just because Ryback looks like a walking steroid.
It's been a mess, Gigi. Like, I wouldn't even go back and watch any of it. I mean, you'll see the build-up for it, obviously, at the pay-per-view anyway, so you're not missing
Gigi?
From Undertaker to Ryback, Lord Jesus.
That's what I said. And Gigi, I'm going to sum it up for you. The feud is Ryback. This is Ryback's promo. Remember the promo where they had that Monday Night Raw when the guys would come out and tell their life story about how they were injured and then they came back, they kept fighting. Remember that? And Ryback came out and talked about how his knee was injured and blah, 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 and he was set on the line and he talked about Tough Enough. He cut that same exact promo on Bray Wyatt. I was over it. He, word for word, he went back and talked about how he was out, and then he came back. The fans needed him to feed more. And I'm just like, you are so one-dimensional, it's not even fucking funny. You're just a big guy that looks like an action figure. I'm fucking over it. He does nothing. He brings nothing to the story. He's not going to deepen Bray Wyatt at all. This is just a fluke. It's like a filler. Like no shade to Alicia Fox, but it was like, you know, I'm not even going to go there. He's just a fucking man. He doesn't even deserve to be compared to Alicia Fox because she has more talent in her pinky than his ass. I'm over it. I'm so over it. And I hope Bray wins.
Yeah, I'm going Bray too. Brandy, do you like Ryback at all, or are you kind of against it?
I don't like Ryback at all. I actually really think Bray's going to go over. And I was hoping, because when we first saw the Bray Ryback thing happen, it was during that match with Bo, and I was kind of hoping that they would just go ahead and bite the bullet and put Bo with Bray.
Me too.
And have Bo be kind of the crazy little brother. I just can see that, like, that cherub happiness that Bray has, that that not Brave, but Bo has, that he comes out. I could just see that translating really well to a more sadistic kind of crazy character, kind of what Cody Rhodes wished he could do with Stardust. But this is, well, I mean, it's like, you can only go so far with Stardust. But I think that this is just a way for WWE to try to keep Ryback relevant and bring the Wyatts back together, because they've been teasing for a long time with live events and now on television that the Wyatts are going to get back together. So that's what I'm hoping there. And then I hope that we see the Wyatt family come back and reclaim that top heel status that they should have had all along.
Yeah, I would love that, and especially have Bo incorporated with that stable too.
You know
I feel
what?
like that would be a good addition to it.
I think Bo as a heel, with that, just how Brandy described him with that sadistic smile and everything, he gives me like the Joker vibes. Like
Exactly. Yeah.
that sick, creepy smile on his face with the Wyatt family. Like, come on, it would work. It would go over. And that's just something he needs. Fuck the motivational speaker job or gimmick that he has now. Let's give him something, and let's get Ryback. Let's give Ryback his pink slip with Rosa Mendez. Let's get it cracking. Like,
I feel like Ryback can easily transition
to what?
To the Intercontinental title.
What? Give him the belt. You're breaking up, Nick. Gigi, you're breaking up. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. I can't hear anybody.
Hello?
Oh, I think we're good.
What were you saying, Gigi?
No, I said he can't transition into Sam's ass.
And I said Sam would like that.
And what, Nick, you said that you would like Ryback to carry the Intercontinental title?
No. Oh, God, no. I just said that's where he can transition to be a challenger for the Intercontinental title.
How about the U.S.?
You really want to see John Cena versus Ryback for the U.S. Championship?
How about the European? Isn't around.
For real, Gigi. Let's give him the European belt. It's invisible. It doesn't exist anymore. Like, he can't carry a title for me. He's just so bad. Just so bad. Why don't you just be a guy why don't you switch places with Brad Maddox, bitch? How's that? I'm over that.
Oh.
For Brad.
Gigi, shut up, bitch. Don't you do it. My Bradley. I miss him.
Oh, God. I don't know if he's going to come back
Don't
at
say
this
that.
point.
He's been working dark
see
shows.
him coming back. They just have to find something right for him. Maybe he can be like the gay hairstylist character that Castello, whatever his name is.
I would die. I would love that. You know what? I keep hoping every time John Cena goes, "If you want some, come get some," and then all of a sudden Brad Maddox walks out. That's what I keep hoping every fucking week.
I could see Brad being awkward. They're like, "Oh, hello, John." Remember me?
Oh my God. I would. That's just what I want.
I'm just worried. I know he's your bae, but I'm just worried if that were to happen, if the fans would even remember him, you know?
He was GM. Of course they'll remember him.
But really, when he was GM,
Was he
he didn't
though?
really do much.
Everybody,
He was like the Chihuahua in Vicky's purse. Just like, yeah, Vicky, yeah.
I don't know. Just get him back on
He
TV.
looked great. He filled his jeans every single week, but other than that, like...
Because nobody ever seen him work. He's actually a good wrestler.
The females remember him.
I want to see him and Tyler Breeze be paired up. I feel like they'd be good.
I would love that. I really would. And throw Eva Marie in there. Eva Marie and the Pretty Boys. I think that would be hot. That could be their name, Pretty Boys.
They could be like the models.
Yeah. And with
All
Eva.
three of them. All of them could just pose in the beginning.
Oh my God, can we put Brad Maddox in Tyler Breeze's attire as well?
Oh.
I would die. No, they can't do that. I wouldn't live. I would get all my life. It would be complete. And on my tombstone, it would say, "Life completed, saw Brad Maddox in tight pink spandex."
Oh, good grief. Anyway, moving on. Sorry. I'm getting distracted over here. Rusev versus Cena in the I Quit match. Now, this is interesting.
Yes.
I wanted to talk about this because Lana, like on the past episode, we were saying how she's been killing it. I'm interested to see what her role will be in this match, if she will have some sort of way to, like, for the finish. So I'm going to start with Brandy. What do you think of Rusev? What do you think of Lana? And who do you think is going to win this match? And how do you think it's going to go down? Like, if you could book it.
I love Lana, and I love Rusev too. I actually think that John Cena is going to go over in this match because I think, and I begrudgingly say this, I think his open challenge for the title has really helped elevate some people, and it's really helping introduce a lot of people in. So I think that Cena will go over, but I really see it being something where Lana does cost Rusev the match, but not in a way that we're used to, where she's up on the apron or something like that. In previous I Quit matches in the past, there's been a few incidents we'll have to even say I quit and someone's thrown in the towel. Mm-hmm. In the past, we've seen Lana really show sympathy towards Rusev and concern for his well-being, to where, that's one of the reasons John Cena got a match against Rusev to begin with. So I could see, John Cena putting him in the STF or whatever, and he passes out and Lana winds up throwing the towel in, and John wins, and then we see this big promo the next night on Raw where Rusev officially dumps Lana, kind of deal.
Yeah, I really like that idea. And I was thinking something similar, like Lana would quit for Rusev, and Rusev would just lose it. Because, that way it makes him look strong in the end. Cena's not going to lose to, he just won't go, he won't put him over for some reason. So, yeah, I feel like this match, I don't know, the past matches with them have been kind of boring. I'm sorry to say, I love Rusev's work, but him and Cena don't have, I don't know, it's just not exciting to me. It's not as quick, fast paced. So I'm hoping this will be kind of the end of their feud. But yeah, Gigi, what do you think?
I can see Cena winning because he's like the Undertaker of matches. There, he's never gonna say that fucking word ever. So I can see him winning, but I like to see Lana, like you said, quit for him instead of throwing the towel. But I want to see Rusev tell her to leave, but before the match even starts, and she's like, really? And then she leaves, and Cena just starts whipping his ass, and she comes and runs back to ringside and either quits for him or throws in the towel or throws a shoe at Cena's head or something, and then have the big thing on Raw next week where he's cussing her out in Bulgarian Russian.
Yeah, I like that idea. James, what do you think?
Wow. I think for Rusev's character, he cannot lose 3 times in a row to Cena. I think some way, somehow, Rusev was going to pull this off. I really do. I think it's not going to be clean. I think they're going to use a tape recorder or something. He's going to have Lana set up the mic. Cause I don't know, cause when they quit, if they do, they even bring back the mic for the I Quit match? Does the ref carry a mic? I don't know.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, so I don't know.
maybe, do you want to quit? No.
I don't know. Maybe Lana can switch the mics or something. I don't know.
I just came. Sorry to cut you off, but I just thought of kind of an interesting idea.
Go ahead.
What if Rusev uses Lana to make John Cena quit, him threaten to hurt
Yes.
Yes. And then he could be oh no, remember when they did that with Edge, when they crushed his neck or something. Mm-hmm. They could kind of do that with Lana, but Rusev can just because he's been chirping and bitching at Lana for the past couple of weeks, so she can kind of show sympathy or something, and then Rusev can hold her and he'd be quit.
He could threaten to put her
neck or something.
Yeah, he could threaten to put her in that submission hold of his.
I will take the bun off, damn it.
Maybe she can stumble, or maybe she can try to get up on the rope and flip over on the ropes, and then he would try to put in the accolade on her, and then Cena could quit.
Cena will quit the match before he puts Lana in it. I don't know, because there's some way, somehow...
That sounds like an awesome idea, but I don't think they're going to let a woman get anywhere hurt.
What'd you say, Gigi?
She don't have to get hurt, Gigi. It could just be
Yeah, so I can...
Go ahead.
Yeah, I can still, maybe just, grabbing her hair or something, but I can still see Vince be no.
I mean,
no.
Giving Cena...
Well, I don't see it like that. I could feel it, like I said, maybe she's on the... Remember Trish got, flipped over?
Mm-hmm.
Flipped over by the ropes
Yeah.
Or she could kind of just fall in, or try to come in and like her heel fall off or something, and her just laying down in that position, and Rusev back on the poor thing. But what do you think of that, Brandy?
I think that is a good idea because that it's kind of like it shows you the chink in John Cena's armor. You know, if it's gonna hurt someone like a woman or edge with his neck and everything, that he's willing to give over. And so I think that would be a really heelish thing for Rusev to do to manipulate that about John Cena.
Yeah, I just think it would be interesting, and then that would kind of be a way of fully turning Lana face, because I mean after that she's not going to stay with him, so it'd be kind of interesting. And then finally, the main event, it's a fatal four-way for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins, my bae, only has a 25% chance of winning his championship. He'll be going up against Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, and Dean Ambrose got himself into this title picture as well. So, and I'm really happy about that. It made it a little bit more interesting. So, James, I'm going to start with you. Who do you think's going to end the show as champion?
Seth Rollins should. And I don't want Kane anywhere near this fucking match.
You know he's coming down.
I'm so sick of the Kane and Seth Rollins feud. I'm over it. I think it's boring. I think it's stupid. I think Kane needs to hang up the belt. Hang up the boots. Like I'm over Kane. I'm over the Big Show. I'm over the fucking Authority. Give us something new. I'm done with it. This should be. Oh my god, I'm just so done with it. I'm so through. So just give Seth the win, clean. Like, come on. They make him look like a little bitch all the time, but he's the one who's always showing out. Like that freaking RKO from Randy Orton at WrestleMania. That was all Seth Rollins. It's like, come on. Give Seth a chance. But at least he's the champ, so I'm going with Seth. There's no way in hell Dean's gonna win because Dean is so dry for me. I'm not a fan of his. I think he's corny. I know he has a lot of fans. Gigi, don't get crazy, but I think he's corny. I think his moveset is so kind of like I don't know. I'm just not a fan of his. I can't be. I tried. I liked him in the Shield, but I don't like him as a singles competitor. I don't. Sorry. And Roman's improving. I like Roman. He's a good pick for this match. But, yeah, let's go with Seth.
Yeah, I'm going with Seth. I love Dean Ambrose. I like Roman Reigns. Randy Orton is the odd one out for me in this. I'm just like, really, Randy? Like, okay. Yeah, so my prediction for the main, I feel like over the out of these three for me is Randy. Like, I'm not really feeling him. And I just kind of feel like he should step down from the main event. I mean, he's had his time. He's like, what, like a 14-time world champion at this point. So I feel like Seth is going to hold the title until SummerSlam, and then Brock Lesnar is going to come back and just destroy him. So that's my prediction.
Yeah.
Okay, so Brandy, did I ask you who your pick was?
No, you didn't. Well, I think that Rollins is going to go over because he really needs to go over. I think he needs to keep the belt. Maybe not exceptionally long, but long enough kind of deal. I'd really like to see him go over clean and have a really impressive showing because I get so tired of, you're a heel, so you're going to do all this really cheaty, scary kind of things. It's like, you can let him be a little tougher than what you're wanting to make him be. I love the addition of Ambrose to it because Ambrose is there solely to elevate this match as far as how fans see it. Because there's so many people who love Dean Ambrose, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see Ambrose have a lot of times where you think he's going to win that title, and it would be crazy if he went over, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be Rollins, and we may even see a heel switch between Reigns or Ambrose. There's been a little hint of that with the tension between them two, so.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like the main event in the end will be a lot more entertaining than the last one. I just feel like incorporating all three members of the Shield together in a main event is just going to be really entertaining. So, but yeah, let's move forward a little bit. Let's talk about the next special coming up on the network, and it's going to be NXT Unstoppable next week. So, very entertaining. We kind of, James and I talked about this the other week a little bit about the matches, but the main Diva match I want to focus on tonight is Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks. That was announced. They had their contract signing last week, and I was just wondering, what do you guys expect out of this match? Because, I mean, all of the divas down in NXT have been proving it at these live specials, and I feel like these two are going to blow it out of the water. So I'm just wondering, what do you guys think will happen? So I'll start with James. What do you think?
Oh my god, I think this match is going to be amazing. I'm going to be like Mick Foley, and I'm going to predict that the Divas are going to have the match of the night. Well, at least one of them. Because Sasha Banks is just freaking phenomenal. And Becky Lynch is awesome. She's growing into her character. So I think it's going to be a great match. And you know what? I wouldn't be mad if Becky pulled through. I really wouldn't. Because that means Sasha's closer to the main roster. As much people are like, why keep her on NXT, blah, 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 blah. Well, NXT has so many other divas that they're building up on that could come in and fill in that void that Sasha and Charlotte are going to leave eventually. Like, come on, we got Alexa Bliss, we got Carmella, you got Becky Lynch. You know, you got Bayley down there, you got Emma down there still working. So, like, it would be cool. It would be a cool way for Sasha to just drop that belt and get on the main roster because Sasha is ready. And this match is going to be awesome, so I'm excited to see it. And I hope we get a backstage segment with Charlotte calling out Dana Brooks for talking shit about her last week.
I think we will.
I hope we do.
Brandy, what do you think? What do you think of Sasha Banks as the NXT Women's Champion? And then this matchup coming up, do you feel like... Because I agree with James, I feel like she's ready to be on the main roster. However, I feel like she's going to retain. Her title reign's been a little short so far, so I feel like she needs to hold on to it a little bit more. But what do you think so far?
I love Sasha Banks. I love how no one thought she would go past mid-card, really, and she just owned her boss character and came on up with it. I think we're used to, because Paige set this precedent with the NXT Women's title where she held it for so long and Charlotte held it for so long,
right,
that we feel like the women down there should be holding their titles this long time. But if you look back throughout the course of history, like Attitude Era and stuff, the women, they didn't hold it very long. They were holding it about 3 months was average, and they would, they had it rotating. That's why you got so much diversity then.
Exactly.
I think that
good.
There's so much love for the Sasha-Charlotte pairing, and we keep seeing the tease that Charlotte's been at these live events, and, it's kind of like debut imminent. I don't see Charlotte going up without Sasha. So I would think that Becky would probably go over,
Brandy,
and then we would see...
Brandy, sorry to cut you off, but I gotta ask you a question. Do you think that they're gonna put the BFFs back together on the main roster? Because I think they are. I think that's what they're heading towards.
I would love to see them put the BFFs back together. That was such an enjoyable gimmick, and I'm just all about, with the women, they don't always have to be in the title hunt.
No.
Pairing Natty with her husband and Cesaro, that was great. And you guys talking about putting Alicia Fox with New Day, just give them little things like that to stay relevant. That's how, if Trish and Lita would not have had the greatest feud for women had it not been that they started out working together as part of six-man tags as managers. That's how you create a back catalog of a feud for people to go forward with.
Mm-hmm.
So I would really like to see Becky Lynch go over to keep the title coming. And then, those women go up, and then we get our newer women coming in.
Exactly.
I'm really wanting to see Zara is who I'm wanting to see. I know that she got injured, but that's who.
I love you, Brandy. I really do.
I know there's like that whole thing with her and Seth Rollins. I'm like, I don't care. When it happened with Seth Rollins, I was like, bring her up now.
Exactly.
Cash in. Controversy creates cash. Bring her in.
Bring her in. Bring her in, pair her up with Seth Rollins, have her walk out with him as he's holding the belt. Boom, done. Everybody will look at her like, that fucking bitch. The fangirls will fucking hate her. She would be the top heel over fucking night. Let me tell you.
Oh, she would.
She would.
I was very much like, it's such the ultimate heelish thing to do.
Yeah.
Look how much that got Edge over when that happened with him and Lita, and they just...
the crowd turned on poor Lita back in the day.
But look at them now. They love her.
Yeah,
paid
but
off.
That elevated her to a whole other. I mean, she's the only woman really in wrestling history that you can say has been the most loved woman and the most hated.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true.
Well, I don't know now. Like, I'm thinking, like, I love the idea of Sasha and Charlotte being brought up and then being paired with Summer, because we were just talking about Summer being included in some type of storyline.
I don't think Summer's going back with the Miz. That's the thing. I think that's done. Done deal. The movie's done. That's done. That's why I feel like they're gonna keep Summer on the back burner until they get Charlotte up in the main roster. And like I always used to say too, Brandy, that not every diva needs to have a long run. They all don't need to have a long. It's not realistic. It's not. You can lose your belt, and you got to show us that these divas, they're vulnerable, like champions. Like you can lose your belt at the drop of a dime. It's okay. She can lose this next week. So it'll be okay. Sasha fans, I'm a fan of her. Nick, you're a fan of hers. You're a big fan of hers. She can lose that belt and she's going to be alright because we all know that Sasha Banks is the motherfucking boss at the end of the day. And Becky Lynch needs that belt. I think that belt will elevate Becky Lynch more than Sasha keeping the belt on herself.
I can agree with that, yeah.
I think people will forget
feuds, but Gigi, what do you think? What do you think of this matchup coming up? I know you've been kind of tuning in and out of WWE, but have you been keeping up with NXT at all, or?
Oh yeah, I keep up with NXT. It's just like I watch Raw and I'm like, if I fall asleep more than twice, there's a fucking issue here. But yeah, I think NXT, the girls are doing awesome. I would actually like to see Becky win just because with Sasha, it'd be different if she won. It was like a fluke win, like when Alicia won her Divas title for the first time. It was kind of like, okay, bitch, you're trying it. But we know Sasha's capable and that like she's a legit ass wrestler and a champion. So if she loses, it's not going to be like, oh my god, this sucks. Her reign sucked. This has been a good reign, and I can see her dropping the title and maybe coming up for SummerSlam or just after SummerSlam. But yeah, I would like to see Becky win because it'd just be better for Becky all overall, and it's not like Sasha will be losing much.
And think about it, you guys. Sasha Banks has already been confirmed for the new WWE game that's coming up. That girl is coming up soon. Because that game is they start promoting the game like around October-ish. So by the end of the summer, Sasha is going to be on that main roster. Her and Charlotte, but for sure, they're both going to be in that NXT, the new game. Both of them. Charlotte just hasn't been announced.
A lot of the girls are going to be in the game next year, like the NXT girls. I feel like Bayley will be in that game, and maybe even Becky too.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be the two girls from NXT. Because last year, come on, they always shade us, Nick. Come on, you got to be realistic.
I know, I'm trying to, but I just feel like one of these years they're just going to be nice.
No,
to us,
look at you.
They're just going to give us all the divas we want.
You're so hopeful. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, after Vince McMahon go back to his retirement home, we're going to be so.
We're going to get this past game. We got Emma and we got Paige from NXT. Next year, we're going to get Sasha and Becky Lynch. And Charlotte, I'm sorry. And them two are going to be on the main roster by the summertime. By around SummerSlam, a little after SummerSlam, they're going to be on the main roster. So, I think it's a good time for Sasha to drop that belt and have a rematch at the next live thing, not win. For some shit happens, who knows? Like, not win by clean. I don't know. They can figure that out. NXT's the shit. I'm not going to tell NXT how to rate their show because they know exactly what the fuck they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm all for Sasha losing. I really am.
Well, I'm still going to go with the boss.
You are? That's your girl? You got it.
Yeah, that's my girl. Speaking of the pay-per-view, though, with the recent NXT injuries coming up with Hideo and Sami Zayn, I know he's still technically going to be competing, but we don't know for sure. I was thinking, do you think they're going to add Bayley versus Emma to the card as well? Because I would love that, because they've been having kind of a little mini feud going down in NXT recently.
That would be cool. I would like to see that.
Yeah, I can see it happening. I don't totally doubt it. If it was main roster, I'd be like, no.
Yeah, but down in NXT, they give the women praise and time, so I could see it happening.
You know what? With Sami Zayn and Hideo Itami being sidelined, I could see Sasha and Becky moving up to the co-main event spot. They could even main event a live show, because I know Sasha and Charlotte's done it a couple of times.
Oh, yeah.
So I could see them easily doing that, moving up in the card. So, when somebody else gets hurt, it benefits the other people on the roster, like as shady as it sounds, but it's the truth. The opportunity, there's a better way to say it, more doors open for them. So, I don't know. I just hope Hideo hurry up and gets back, because he's one of my favorite superstars down there.
Yeah, he's great, and you have a little crush on him too.
I do. I always be looking at him. I don't
Isn't that
know.
weird?
I'm always craving the egg roll. It's alright. I love. That's kind of racist. Ew. I
A
think
little
that back.
racist, yeah.
But I love Hideo Itami. I love him. He's so talented and he's hot and he has a hot body and I like them shorts.
Oh.
Nope.
Okay. Speaking of it,
I'm telling Brad
Yeah,
if his phone is on because he can't pay his bill.
I can't with you, G.
Speaking of NXT, I'm not going to give you any spoilers, James, but there's 3 Divas matches that will be on tonight for NXT.
Excuse me?
Damn.
3 Diva matches. Do you want to know who's participating in them, or do you want it to be a surprise?
Let it be a surprise. I don't know. I love the surprises. Like the other day, like last week when I watched NXT, I was so happy to see Dana Brooks trash Charlotte. Like, if I got a spoiler for that, it wouldn't be as special. You know what I mean? Because I was just watching the TV. I hear Dana Brooks I was putting away laundry, and then she called out my girl. I was like, what? I came out of the room. I was like, what do you have to say, bitch? You know, and then she's like, she's whack. Just whack. I love that shit. So I like my surprises. I really do. And plus, even if you announce it today, the listeners won't even hear it because the show will be up tomorrow. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
yeah. But
All right, well, other than that, I think that's about everything.
it is. We covered everything. Ooh, one thing I wanted to mention was WWE has an interview with one of the new girls that they just signed. She's pretty cool. She's from Australia. I think you said her name.
Is it Jessie
Oh
McKay?
shit, Emma.
What's her name?
Jessie McKay?
Yes, her.
Yeah.
She's a pretty girl, and she's from Australia. So watch out, Emma. This could be your replacement. They'll finally get you back from robbing Walmart. No, I'm kidding. I love Emma. But yeah, this girl's pretty. She's a fan. She's a wrestling fan. She's been a fan of her whole life. She talked about that. She talked about how her brothers got her into it and how she started training right after high school. It's a good little interview. It's a good read. So go look it up on WWE.com, guys.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll definitely look that up. Yeah. So other than that, thank you everybody for listening, and thank you, Brandy, for joining us. You were so sweet, and like your shit, girl. Like I love talking to someone who knows wrestling. You know what I mean? It just makes it so much more easier and relatable to talk to, and like giving me history lessons. I love that shit.
Yes,
Well,
Brandy.
thank you. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yes, Brandy. I think we're gonna have you on another time because I really enjoy talking to you. You're very informative, and you're a fan, and you know exactly what the fuck you're talking about. You're not delusional, and you're not biased. So I really like that because some fans are cray.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Especially being a woman in the wrestling community.
Can I ask where you're from?
I'm sorry?
Where are you from, Brandy?
I'm from Alabama, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
You can't tell by my super southern accent.
I know. That sounds like she's from the South somewhere.
I'm from Alabama.
Oh, awesome. Cool. Alabama Slammer.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the Alabama Slammer. All right.
That is so funny that you say that. That's such a pet peeve of mine when they call it the Alabama Slammer because it's Alabama Slam, and I'm like, it's not a slammer, it's a slammer.
I know, everybody does say slammer.
The correct term is slam.
Alabama Slam.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, Brandy, where can people find you on Twitter, social media, your blog? Promote yourself, girl.
Okay, well, on Twitter you can find me at Miss Wrestle Blog, and that is my blog as well. It's misswrestleblog.blogspot.com, and then you will see some articles floating around eWrestling News by Brandy Scott. So that's where you can find me.
Oh, perfect. All right. Well, I'll definitely have to check that out, especially those wrestling news articles.
Well, you guys, speaking of wrestling news, I'm just reading up right now that John Cena is actually undefeated at Payback, and also he's undefeated in I Quit matches. So there goes Rusev's chances. I'm so pissed.
Poor Rusev.
When isn't he undefeated? This guy's undefeated everywhere. Like, you kidding me? This is no surprise. Like, girl, bye. I'm over it.
Girl, bye. Gigi, where can we find you on social media?
You can follow me on Twitter at __diva and on Instagram at gorge.george.
You seriously are gorge.george, because on your Instagram, your prom photos, girl, you were slaying.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And James, where can people find you on Twitter, social media?
You can find me on Twitter at Jimmy James, JAYMES. And also, you guys can go follow Lana, because Lana's been tweeting some crazy shit. She also tweeted today, I might be loved, I might be hated, but one thing for sure is history books will write about how I helped change history. So, I don't know, Lana's teasing something.
She's putting herself over for days.
She is, as she should. I love Lana.
She always does. Her Woman Crush Wednesdays is always herself, which I find hilarious.
Like, duh. Like, she's the best. Like, she's a good... I'm kind of going to miss Lana as a heel. I really am. But it's okay.
I love my Lana. Speaking of my Lana, though, I have to go feed her. So anyway, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can find me at Nick Aiken WWE. If you have Instagram, you can follow me at Prince PipeBomb. Make sure to check out for the first ever hashtag TPP vlog. That will be coming out soon. I was just putting the finishing touches and then sending it over to James there. So I'm really excited to see that put together. And make sure you click that like button, subscribe if you haven't, because once we get up to 100 subscribers, we have a little special idea, so I'm not going to spoil anything, but,
when are we going to announce that?
Pardon?
When are we going to announce our big little thing that we have coming up?
Well, I just checked, and we just got up to 80, so I'm thinking maybe in the next 5, 10, depends.
Yes, so, how about 90?
Yeah, let's wait until we get up to 90, and then we'll announce it.
We'll announce it, and trust me, it's pretty cool. It's different. It's never been done before, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, we're going to get Brad a job.
I'm done. On that note.
On that note, leave that shade there. Thank you guys for listening, and thank you, Brandy, for joining us once again, and everybody have a great day.
Thanks, Brandy. It was
Bye.
fun.
Bye.
Bye, guys.